welcome back to Sky Girl Reporter. Today we are here with Dave from Dave's Rock Time. So let's say hi. Hi!
Hi! How are you?
Good!
Me too.
So we are going to learn all about the rock farm. So let's get started. My first question is, how did the rock farm start?
Well, it was a lot that's owned by the city, and it had a lot of trash and weeds on it. And I thought it should be cleaner because it's right on the way to Moonlight Beach. And I wanted everyone that's going to Moonlight Beach to have something nice to look at on their way to the beach. So I started picking up the trash and weeds, and then I started planting plants, and then I started carrying rocks back from the beach, and then to make little pathways. And then I started bringing out paints and brushes and invite people to paint a rock so everybody could be a part of the little community garden.
What was your goal when you started the rock farm?
Well, the goal was to make a spot where everybody in the community could come together and be a part of something positive. And people could share their thoughts and messages of what was important to them. You know, it might be to say gratitude and how grateful they are. It might be to say how much love they have for something, or it just might be to make something funny, like a funny saying that they like, or paint a picture of something that they like a Minion or Superman, or I don't know, Peter Pan or Winnie the Pooh or the Jungle Book. Whatever they like, they could paint it and share it with the world.
That's a good goal. What's your favorite rock?
My favorite rock is right over there, and I'll show you in a minute, but it's the very first rock that was painted in the garden. And that's what gave me the idea. I was carrying rocks back just to make borders for the plants, and at the end of the pathway one day, a lady painted a black and white heart medallion rock and left it at the end of the pathway. And so when I saw the black and white heart rock, I said, oh my gosh, that's it. I said, one day, instead of one black and white rock, I will have 1,000 rocks of 1,000 colors by 1,000 people.
How many rocks are in the garden?
Well, now there's over 7,000 rocks painted in the garden, and I have a list of people from over 115 different countries around the world that have painted a rock in the garden. And they've done it from the ages of 5 months old, just a little baby last week. And the oldest one to paint a rock is a lady that was 103 years old.
Wow. What was the farthest someone traveled to paint a rock?
Excellent question. I like that. That's really good of you. The farthest would probably be a family from Zimbabwe, which is very far away. So they were going to the beach at Moonlight, and they saw the garden and they wanted to stop, and so their whole family painted a rock. But last week, a really neat thing happened. We have all these Peace for Ukraine rocks right here in front of us. And a lady over in Holland follows the garden on Instagram. And so she said on Instagram, she asked me to create a Peace for Ukraine section in the garden. So I invited a bunch of people to paint rocks for Ukraine, and they all did. And then afterwards, she said, I would like to paint something for the garden myself and send it to you. What do you want me to paint? And I said, why don't you paint something that's native to your country in Holland? And so she did, and she mailed 3 rocks that have tulips on them. And tulips are the national flower for Holland. So I have the tulip rocks over there in one of the little Buddha houses now. So it's fun to see people from around the world participating in it and bringing, what I like to say, bringing a little unity to our community.
What messages do you not accept?
That's very good. I love that question. We've been very lucky so far. Out of all the rocks that I've ever had painted in the garden, I've only had to remove 2 rocks out of over 7,000 because they weren't nice. They didn't say nice things. But mostly everybody wants to leave good things. So a little general rule of thumb that I have is whatever you paint, it has to be acceptable to be on Disney. So if it can be on the Disney Channel, then it can be in the garden.
That's a good motto. Now Dave is going to show us some of his favorite rocks. So let's go!
Yay! Okay, well this section is very special right here. This is Peace for Ukraine section. And so we're all hoping for world peace for the people in Ukraine real soon.
Me too.
This is the welcome sign to the garden, welcoming everybody. And the rock right next to it is for the American Legion to salute the women and men who serve and help protect our country. And then this one is for the SRF Center right down the street, and that's really cool. And this one helps people that get confused and they don't know which way to go. So we put that there, and you can follow your own path and choose what you want to do. This one here is one of my favorites. It's Winnie the Pooh, and it's called the Stash. And Pooh's trying to climb the tree to get his stash of honey. And this one here is Snoopy, and he's hanging out with his little buddy there.
I'm a big fan of peanuts.
This right here is a tic-tac-toe board. So you can sit and play tic-tac-toe. And here's some more fun rocks up here. The blue one there is Starry Night, and I painted that one myself.
I think you did a good job.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very happy with that. This one over here is a hot dog with Superman underwear on it. And the title of that rock is Anyone Can Be a Superhero, Even a Hot Dog.
I think that might be my favorite.
Right here, this rock says, Where's Waldo? Look.
Oh, that's wicked.
This one right here is the guardian angel, and she protects the garden. So she offers a lot of peace. Here we got a rattlesnake that's really fun, a diamondback rattlesnake, but it doesn't bite, it just sits there.
Look at that bluebird.
Yeah, the bluebirds are lovebirds right there. A beautiful painting. A girl from Russia named Svetlana painted those birds, and she's an amazing artist. That's Humpty Dumpty right there. I was gonna put him on the wall out there, but I was afraid he might fall. And this section is really cool down here because this is what we call Believers Row. And so we put all Believers rocks on this row. So we have Jews and Mormons and Christians and Catholics and Buddhas. And everybody that believes in good things all come together and believe together on Believers Row right here. And this one is extra cool. This is called the Ben's Bell. And Ben's parents started a National Kindness Foundation for their son Ben because he was bullied in school, and so they didn't like the bullying, and so they started a Ben's Bell Foundation, and they go to different places around the country that exemplify kindness to the community, and they give them a Ben's Bell. So they gave us a Ben's Bell. and it says, "Be kind." You remember I told you about the lady from Holland? Those are the tulips that she painted and mailed all the way across the world to here. So she could be a part of our garden too, from Holland.
I think she did an amazing job.
She really did. Let's go find your rock.
This was before the pandemic. My dad painted this rock, and it's like from maybe 3 years ago, probably more. This is what the garden looked like before, and then this is after. How many years did it take to fix it?
Well, I started the garden 7 years ago, and I work on Saturdays and Sundays out here, so it's 7 years. How old are you?
I'm 9.
Okay, that's perfect. It's just a little bit younger than you are. One thing I would like to do is to invite all the people on your channel to follow the garden and to come down to the garden and paint their own rocks sometime. So they can come down with their family on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I bring out paints and brushes and invite people to follow it. And they can follow it on Instagram at Dave's Rock Garden. So hopefully everyone will come out and see the garden just like you did.
We've came a lot of times and it's so much fun. So I encourage you to come over on a Saturday or Sunday when you have time and paint the rock. So I'd like to thank Dave for everything. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for doing it. And you're gonna be an amazing reporter when you grow up. You're already amazing. And I know you're just gonna even do more amazing things going forward. So I'm really excited that I got to meet you now at such a young age. And I'll watch you for many years to come just doing more incredible interviews with people.
Thank you. I'd like to see you next time on Sky Girl Report with a new person telling us what their job is and you learning. Bye.